All right. RB Leipzig want to sign Jadon Sancho, and Jadon Sancho is the hot cake of the January transfer window. Trust me, he is the hot cake. Because what makes you a hot cake? How many clubs are interested in you? One will say there is Ivan Toney, but it looks like Ivan Toney is being wanted by only one side, that is Arsenal. One will say Calvin Phillips. Calvin Phillips is only wanted by Juventus. One will tell me Rokani, but there is another side called. No way. The hot cake is Jadon Sancho, because even in the Premier League there are teams looking up to him, and teams in Saudi Arabia, everywhere. I think on every continent there is a team that really loves Jadon Sancho, and stories have been confirmed by Fabrizio Romano on what criteria United are going to obviously consider to let him out for the club of Man United. Then I'm having a huge story coming in from Sergio Reguilón. He's another one that is being linked to the side of Germany, that is Borussia Dortmund, and there is a story of Donny van de Beek undergoing a medical down in Germany. And I think let's start it off with Donny van de Beek. But we thank God for the gift of life. Rokan David is my name. This is this is the United Matters channel, and we strictly do Man United content in here. Now, we are having Fabrizio Romano. He has told us that understand Donny van de Beek is already in Frankfurt completing medical tests as new entract Frankfurt player right now. Loan deal from Man United, buy option clause not mandatory. It could cost 11 million euros fixed plus 10 million euros of add-ons. Here we go, and exclusive story confirmed. So Donny van de Beek, we told you I think at the beginning of last week that he had gone ahead to agree a deal with Eintracht Frankfurt. Even Girona were interested in him, but I think Donny van de Beek decided to obviously drop his pride and say, I want to go in and play for this Frankfurt side in Germany. Let me go out, start slow. Maybe if I really get back to my rhythm, even Erik ten Hag will obviously look at me as one of the most important players of his squad, because he has really gone ahead to drop off. And with Bruno Fernandes entering his third decade of his age, right? You just understand that this guy might be having a chance to play at the club of Man United, because Bruno Fernandes is 29. And trust me, if Donny van de Beek goes ahead and really puts in a very good season there, United might obviously say, with Eriksen going into 32 years of age, Bruno Fernandes hitting 30, we need another central attacking midfielder. And if Donny van de Beek proves everything right, all ticks all the boxes of Erik ten Hag while at Frankfurt, then he might be turned into one of those players to play as the central attacking midfielder for the club of Man United. I think that is there. That scenario is there, but it will depend on the financial fair play rules at the club of Man United. If they happen to obviously have the money to get, if they happen not to have the money to get the players they want, then they'll happen to let him go to any other team. But it works well for both sides that Donny van de Beek is performing well, helps the club of Man United and the club of Frankfurt in way of the other. Scratch my back, I scratch your back. If at all Donny performs well, that is it. United will get in the financial benefit, and the Frankfurt side will get in money that will obviously keep them going. Will get in a player that will keep them going, and he still has a resale value. Trust me, he's having 26 years of age. He still has some more 6-7 years of his career. If he can really have 2 good years at Frankfurt, trust me, he'll find himself playing for a better club, because his quality is undoubted, but we all knew what happened to him at Man United. I've been here reiterating about it on a daily basis. Every time I bring in a Donny van de Beek story, I've gone ahead to obviously put it up, and you can all as well agree with me that this guy is really one of a kind, and he has continued to go on and really put in a shift that everyone really wants. So good luck to him, and I think very soon, today is 19th, very soon an article will be put out by Frankfurt and Manchester United, because for the Bundesliga I think they're going to go in for a rest of like 2 weeks. Then he'll use those 2 weeks to obviously fit into the team of the Bundesliga and try to get used to that side. Then I know he'll hit the ground running with Frankfurt, and we just have to pray for him that he doesn't get injuries, because ever since he came in, the Premier League injuries have been his biggest threat to his career. Good luck to Donny van de Beek. I love Donny, but Very sad that it never worked out at the club of Man United, and we wait and see how that happens. But I would like to give credit to the team of Man United. They've gone ahead to obviously get this deal out of the way as soon as possible. And more offloads are really loading at the club of Manchester United. And we are waiting to see what will be done in there for you. Then, the other player that we expect to leave Man United is Jadon Sancho. And Jadon Sancho has gotten another suitor coming in through from Germany. In Germany, we only knew Borussia Dortmund. But Christian Falk broke the story at the end of last week that RB Leipzig are interested in Jadon Sancho, but his high salary is a talking point. Then Build went ahead to confirm to us that RB Leipzig eyeing Jadon Sancho as a potential Emil Forsberg replacement. However, his hefty 20 million euros salary raises eyebrows. We all understand that his salary is going to raise eyebrows as far as this is concerned. But for me, I really like it when very many teams are really interested in him. The more we get teams interested in this guy, the more we are obviously going to get value, value for the player, especially as far as the loan fees will be concerned, and the other suitors getting to know that this player is really a hot cake. And to me, I've gone ahead to refer him as the hot cake of the summer transfer window. And I think everyone is going to be looking at this deal. Where is Jadon Sancho going to be playing next season? In the last 6 months of the season, where is he going to play? And for Man United, they would like to see him go to teams like RB Leipzig. They're still in the Champions League. Teams like Juventus, not in the Champions League, but they're obviously competing to really take the title. That could obviously offer them close to 50 to 60 million pounds in the summer transfer window. Or else, Jadon Sancho could help. All those teams could help Jadon Sancho hit the ground running, get to the levels at which he has always been before he came in at Man United, while he was at Borussia Dortmund. And when he hits that level, we all understand that United can even get back the amount of money they obviously bought him from Borussia Dortmund, and it should be decided as soon as possible. Jadon Sancho is really one of those players that are really loved, but falling out to the manager was really very, very bad of him, and refusing to really put in an apology to rescue his career was really bad. Because if I was Jadon Sancho, I would have gone ahead to do what Rafael Varane has gone ahead to do. You wait for your moment, train as you're supposed to train, and wait for your moment. And when that moment comes, seize the moment. That's what Jadon Sancho had to do. And in this era where Rashford has not been performing well and Garnacho had taken on, Sancho had the chance. Sancho had the chance to prove himself when Anthony was away for some, I think, 3-4 games. He had the chance to come in through and play as a right winger. But we all understand that Sancho has an ego. And Erik ten Hag has gone ahead to set a disciplinary code at Man United that if at all you break it and don't apologize to the squad, then you won't really get yourself going anywhere. And for him, he thought that with the worst results that Ten Hag has been getting, Ten Hag was going to be sacked. But every game that would have gone ahead to epitomize the career of Erik ten Hag at Man United, to see to it that he gets a sack, he has gone ahead to overcome it. The way he beat Chelsea, the way he got a point away at Anfield, and that point away at Anfield just sees him through until the end of the year, and after the end of the year, after playing the FA Cup against Wigan and playing one game, I think around, the 13th or 14th, you're going to rest for 2 weeks, meaning that he's going to be having ample time to see to it that his players really get back. And the draw against Liverpool has gone ahead to help him really see the likes of Eriksen return, Casemiro, Lisandro Martinez on the way, Amad Diallo, Mason Mount. So he's obviously going to be having a fully fit squad, and trust me, he's going to get going and he's going to get better and better and better results. That won't really keep him out of the club of Man United. So Jadon Sancho and his agent have to finally get a suitor that can meet the demands of Manchester United. And we wait and see how that is going to pan out, on whether these people are obviously going to get a suitor that will meet the demands of Manchester United, because getting a suitor is something else and fulfilling the demands of Man United is something else. So we want to see who is really that suitor that is willing to obviously see United getting in the money and accepting exactly what that is all about. So Fabrizio Romano yesterday, while appearing on the United Stand, confirmed us that Juventus and German clubs are willing to explore a move for Jadon Sancho, but there are no official offers just now. It will depend on how Man United want to structure a deal. Structuring a deal is very important because for the loan fee, I know it's not going to be an issue. The loan fee won't be an issue, but Jadon Sancho earns £350,000 a week. You know, that means if a player goes on loan, they're supposed to share that fee, you know, that fee in between United and the team where Sancho is going to be playing at. So right now, Jadon Sancho will be paid half of the salary by Man United and half of the salary by the new team. So if you really look at how he has been earning monthly at the club of Man United, he has been earning £1.4 million. You know? Yeah, £1.4 million, meaning that that club should be willing to cover £700,000 a month times 6. That is £4.3 million. So that will be a very huge block, a stumbling block for Jadon Sancho's deal to obviously go through, but you would love to see him move on, because why would you like to keep a player who is not really playing for you and you're paying him £350,000 a week? We don't know whether there's been a salary reduction because of his indiscipline. We all know it. There must be an implication. I don't think he really earns all his salary, but even the little we are paying shouldn't be going in for a player who is obviously not playing, and United should really see this deal go off. For me, I wouldn't look at this deal as a deal that would see us really pay half of the salary or get in some huge loan fees. I would look at this deal as a deal that helps us get back our money that we spent onto Jadon Sancho. If he really gets going from the 1st of January and he's going to get a team where he's going to obviously thrive, trust me, it won't take him a month to hit the ground running, and will hit the ground running, and then Jadon Sancho will see other teams coming in through to offer us some serious money. I've always come in here and told you that if at all you can get a team that can offer us £60 million, £50 million out of Jadon Sancho, I take it with open hands, because you accept the loss of that 20, you know, and you really go ahead to bring on the rest onto the table. That is it. So that's Jadon Sancho for you. Wait and see how hot he's gonna be in the January transfer window. And let's go to Sergio Reguilon. A story has been published by the Ryan Taylor Sport, football reporter for the Daily Mirror and Sunday Mirror, that Borussia Dortmund have made an inquiry for Man United loanee Sergio Reguilon. There is a January break clause included in the loan, but United want him to stay until the end of the season. I don't see United releasing Sergio Reguilon. I don't see them releasing Sergio Reguilon unless otherwise he really gets a recall back from Ange Postecoglou at Tottenham Hotspur, because the reason that would have gone ahead to obviously see this clause that was included in the January break considered. So the reason was Tyrell Malacia. Tyrell Malacia got a setback. You all know that. And we never know. No one knows when he's going to come back. Amid us being able to play one game a week, that won't give Erik ten Hag a guarantee that Luke Shaw can be fit throughout the season. You know, even Dallo, who plays as the left back, sometimes can be fully fit. And that is what we should obviously understand as the club of Man United, that all we need is to have this player here, and if a much Borussia Dortmund wants him, I think it will be too early. But I think never say never during the transfer window. That's what I got from Fabrizio Romano as far as this stuff is really concerned. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Tell me your thoughts about RB Leipzig wanting Jadon Sancho, and he's going to the direction of being the hot cake of the January transfer window, because you can get him on a cheap loan fee, agree to pay half of the salary and get him in. Do you think that will happen as far as United greed for money is concerned? Donny van de Beek undergoing medical in Frankfurt. What do you make about it? And Sergio Reguilon taken into consideration by the side of Borussia Dortmund. May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokan David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later. And the Muslims, Barakallahu fikum. The Christians, we cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. Ciao, ciao, my mate.